Lee, thank you for being here, and thank you for doing this testimonial for us. I want you to first get us started and tell me a little bit about yourself and your background and how you got to the space of doing some investing inside of multifamily.
Well, I'm a technology executive and I traveled the world implementing SAP as a solution overall. When we returned back to the United States in 2014, started out doing some rehabs. And, with a W-2 doing rehabs, it just didn't work out for us. So I started, figuring out how I was going to continue to invest in real estate and landed on multifamily, read the Gene Trowbridge book on syndication, and I was like, wow, this is something that I've been missing from my life for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. And how did you end up learning about our group, passiveinvesting.com?
Just Googling and just finding you on LinkedIn, and all of a sudden met up with Jason Stubblefield, and all of a sudden there was a MFIN in Reston right next to me, and I can get to it. So I started attending that meetup and just continued to stay close to that, and then followed you on meetup.com, and just continue to watch and view your content because you were giving valuable information.
How many of our projects are you actually invested in?
I would have to assume at this point in time I'm in 3 or 4 of your investments. I love Carrington. Mm-hmm. I think that's a beautiful asset. What really got me to invest in that was the flyover with the drone. Yeah. And then I saw the golf course on the side of it. I said, this is a beautiful asset. Yeah. But I came in with Willowbrook as well. That's performing nicely. And I'm in another 1 or 2. I would have to look at my website to get the full number, but I love what you guys are doing.
What was it that really made you take the leap to actually trust us with your money that you have actually earned and kind of saved up? What was it that maybe kind of made you go, I trust these guys with my money?
But overall, it's just your track record and your presence. You have a presence there to know you don't really need to be doing this. I realized that very early on. You don't need to be doing this. You are successful with the skeletons, you're successful with your medical practices, and you don't need to be doing this. So I just followed you and continued to say, well, I trust these guys. Although I didn't know you, from viewing your content, I realized and built up a level of trust.
So you're in 3 or 4 deals right now. How has it been?
Awesome. The checks come in on time all the time. Reviewing the financials as they come in as well.
What is one thing that you would say that makes us stand out in your mind? Because I know you're invested in some of the other operators that are out there. Mm-hmm. What is one thing that maybe stands out to you about how we are different than those other operators?
Well, I don't see other operators putting out as much content as you guys are. Last week, I think I watched the webinar that you had with CoStar, right? Reached out to them, had a conversation, just because I knew that you were already working with them. So there was a level of trust in working with them as well. Really, that's it for me. Yeah. That's really it for me.
What would you say to somebody who is maybe sitting on the sidelines and hasn't taken that leap to invest with us yet, or maybe they haven't had the opportunity to invest with us yet, but they're kind of considering it? What would you kind of say to them to kind of encourage them to invest with us?
Well, thing about operators are you have to know that these guys are into this business full time. They have had a couple of successful exits. They have a team of people around them who are going to ensure that that asset is performing strongly, right? That's what I need in order to take, $25,000 or $50,000 and make that investment. That's what it takes for me to make sure that you're there, you have a presence there, you're doing some things that others aren't doing overall. And I believe the content and the knowledge that you're sharing is enough to get people over the hurdle. You could actually try and learn this business from the sidelines. You can dip your toe into the water, but ultimately you have to get into the game so that you understand it. And I've learned more over the last 18 months just from reading what you guys are releasing on a quarterly basis with the financials, going through the PPMs, understanding those. That's what it takes. You have to get into the game, and you can ultimately learn a lot about this business by being an investor on the LP side.